What's up, everybody? SC here, bringing you another replay cast from the ladder. This is JaeDong here in the bottom left-hand corner. What the heck happened there? He's on his alternate account, 19411. And his opponent here in the top left, it is the barcode Terran. We don't really know who this guy is. Could be anybody. Could be a really high-level pro player. Could just be a random guy on the ladder, tearing it up in S rank. Both these accounts are very high in S. So I think we're going to see a great game here. I did see a little bit of the beginning of this game. And from what I saw, just in the first few minutes, I realized that it was definitely going to be worth casting. So take that for what it is. We've got barracks to start here, of course, and a hatch first. Straight into gas and pool, everything looking normal here. I really love watching JaeDong play, but unfortunately this Terran player, he has no idea, most likely, that he's actually up against JaeDong here. Even if he somehow manages to win this one, he probably won't even save this replay. If you were up against a player, a pro player, and you manage to take them down, I feel like pretty much everybody is going to save that replay and, you know, keep it as a memento from when they actually beat a pro gamer, even though they know they probably can't even get into it in ASL, or can't even qualify or get into the qualifiers, or get deep into the qualifiers of ASL. But if they can take a ladder game off of a pro player, that's definitely going to give you a huge ego boost. So kind of denying that here. JaeDong playing on a Smurf account. I think a lot of pro players do play on Smurf accounts on the ladder, just because it also takes off a bit of that pressure. You know, that you have to play at your best, and, you know, if people beat you on the ladder, then they're gonna think less of you. They might throw the replay up online and be like, ha ha ha, I beat JaeDong, or I beat, you know, whoever. Maybe you just weren't even trying, you know. So this is kind of a thing on the ladder. People do this a lot. We got 3 Marines. Oh god, losing a drone here this early is pretty rough. JaeDong really cutting corners. He loses 3 drones. He didn't make any lings to hold this off, and missed the aggression coming across the map. He had this overlord here. I wonder if he just completely walked around it. That was just one barracks. All he's doing, just pumping Marines. He comes across the map, gets huge damage. Oh my god, that was very unexpected here. You rarely ever see JaeDong take damage early, especially not against a Terran player. But just walking across the map with those 3 Marines gets a bunch of kills. Now he's falling back to this bunker. The lings that were produced to deal with those Marines are now, of course, not drones. So JaeDong is in a fair amount of trouble here. Looks like he's gonna send out a drone, likely for a 3rd base. I'm surprised he's thinking about a 3rd base right now. Most players in this situation, right as soon as they lose a bunch of drones, they're just thinking 2 base muta all in. And that's the way that a lot of games go on ladder. If you lose your early economy as a Zerg player, mutas are so good. They're just a great means of making a comeback. And a lot of people will just put all their eggs in that one basket, but not JaeDong. He decides to go ahead and throw down the 3rd base here. He's getting the gas, albeit quite a bit later. Look at the Spire is already done, and we're not even mining gas at the natural yet. So there's going to be a severe lack of mutas here. There's really not going to be many coming out, and this is not going to put on a lot of pressure onto this barcode here. He is definitely just gonna, you know, pop up his turrets and hold with Marines, and he should be absolutely fine. The lack of muta production means that probably JaeDong won't be able to do much here. Ooh. Armor on the way. Okay, this has become more and more popular as of late. Armor, it's kind of a response, I think, from Zerg players to the overwhelming popularity of Valkyrie builds in the modern era in 2023. This was played in March of 2023, I believe. Either February or March. And yeah, it's just a very, very popular build right now. Obviously, Valkyries shoot a whole lot of missiles, and with the armor reducing the damage from each missile, it just does a lot to keep your mutalisks alive and allow them to fight in the middle and late game. Ooh, losing a few lings there. Only has a small group of mutas, 6 mutas here in this group against a pretty large size of Marine Medic right now. Let's see what he can do against this. See some of that JaeDong micro. And he actually picked this Marine Medic group apart because he kind of needs to. Doesn't really want to build a bunch of Sunkens here, and he's got this base totally exposed in the bottom right, so he needs to fight this. Just kind of ducking and weaving right now. Hasn't actually landed any hits as of yet. But grouping up the mutas, getting more and more together now. Looks like we're up to 9 mutas in total, and that's about the time. It's a good time to start to engage this army. 9 mutas. Also, the carapace is just about to finish. 10 mutas are here. We're about to hit that golden number, the 11 muta count. It's coming very, very soon. Nice shot. Gets a free hit there. Barcode not really reacting. Lings here on the right-hand side as well. Could be used for a flank. Maybe just watching for that classic 3 Marines being sent to the bottom right-hand corner. That's a really great move that a ton of Terran players are doing now, where when they're being dogged by the mutalisks, they just send just a small group of Marines down to the 3rd base and may end up getting a bunch of drone kills that way. So JaeDong just preparing for that eventuality. Back at home, he is getting some lurkers here and the Queen's Nest, so he's going to go directly up here into Hive on 3 base, and he hasn't really done much to engage this army. Now as the reinforcements arrive here, ooh, this could get scary. A lot of Marine Medic is actually going across the map while diving on top of these turrets is good. If he doesn't have a good... Okay, he's actually got the lurkers finished, so I forgot about those lurkers morphing. So he's actually fine here in the natural, and he can dive really, really hard here into this area right on top of the barracks here, killing off a ton of the Marines as they're popping out. You can see the health is getting a little bit low here, but he's doing a fantastic job picking off so much in the main. He stopped the science facility as well. Marines are going to pop out here and immediately die. The Marine Medic ball that went across the map to no avail has now made its way all the way back home and will eventually push these mutas away, I think. But that was a big error here from Barcode. Oh, I think he might have tried to dive in as well. Did he try to dive in here? Oh my god, he did. Okay, not too many kills on these lurkers, but so yeah, he didn't dive too hard. Maybe he actually killed one of the lurkers that had a lot of kills. I don't know. That would be a little bit crazy to try and dive into that natural with 4 lurkers and a sunken colony. You definitely don't want to make that mistake, but seems like some of those Marines were killed at the natural and still hasn't repaired or replaced these turrets here. I feel like he needs to do that, although the tech transition has begun. We do have lurkers out on the map, so maybe that's not necessary. Factory is adding on here, and of course some science vessels coming up, but we don't see the engineering bay working. That's maybe a mistake, or is that on purpose? We don't have upgrade there. It's really important to stay on top of your upgrades here. Oh, are these... Oh, I can't see. Okay, didn't have vision of the high ground there. I was wondering why those weren't shooting. Looks like going to back away for now. Let's take a look at the bases. We got a macro hatch there. And of course, getting our Carapace upgrade. That's the first Carapace upgrade or the second? First Carapace upgrade is on the way. We do have +1 here for the Marines, and +2 is now on the way. Okay, so that was a mistake. Just not getting on top of that right away. Oh my gosh. That was a great spine there, killing a ton of SCVs. And it looks like JaeDong not going to go for the natural or anything like that, but recognizing that it's about time for Barcode to expand. Taking this high ground is a little bit annoying, and it is going to force some irradiates here. It's going to force some attention from Barcode. He can't really move out because he could run in. Of course, with mines out, that makes it a little bit more difficult, but look at that. Mines and a CC here. So this is kind of cool. I like this. I like this from the Barcode. Just sticking on 4 racks here. It's not a whole lot of marine production, but adding on some factories. Oh god, he's actually trying to break up here. Oh my god, he's gonna lose 2 science vessels. Oh, that was really close. I think he lost a lot of marines there, but he does break that high ground, and he keeps both of his vessels alive, so not the worst in the world. Here comes the 4th base. I don't know what died there. That's a little bit strange, but oh goodness, there we go. We've got some factories being produced here in the main of Barcode. He's going to be switching it up into a mech play from here. I was wondering if this was going to come. You know, sometimes when you see the vultures come out and start laying mines, it can mean just like just mines and then back into marine medic once again, but sometimes it does mean a full mech transition, and it is going to be that full mech transition here from Barcode. He's going to be taking this base here. He's probably going to take this base here too. He's going to start producing a ton of tanks and controlling the map with his marine medic as he does so. This base down here, the 4th. I don't know if it can be broken. How many lurkers do we have here? Just 2 stacked up. Did they both get irradiated there? Yes, they did. Although he tried to stack it as quickly as he could, he wasn't able to get it done. So 4 more lurkers gonna come up here. That should be enough to hold. But irradiates are gonna continue. And as soon as this is only 2 lurkers once again, that's gonna be it's gonna be a little painful. It's gonna be a little hard to hold. More Scourge on the way. We might see these Marines break through. There we go. Defiler just now pops out. Does he have? Yeah, he does have Consume. Coming forward here. He's trying for it. Loses 2 science vessels. And the Dark Swarm saves the day. The Cheeto Dust Cloud going to keep JaeDong alive here for a little bit longer now. Looking at the drone counts here, we've got a pretty decent drone count overall from JaeDong. I don't know if he really wants any more than that. 60 drones, pretty darn strong. And on the other side, about 60 SCVs as well. I think you want to go up to about 70 in this case and lift off all these barracks as well. Just fill this up with factories and really start to macro out that mech army. Looks like coming down here. More irradiates going down. There's mines. These mines are scary, man. I don't think I like these mines. If you run out with some lings, drag the mines into the marines, man, that can do a lot of damage. Get rid of those marines real quick. You send out some lings right there. But he's deciding it's a good idea here. Just gonna go ahead and leave those mines in front of the base. I almost feel like just mining up these areas back here, because eventually this is gonna have to retreat, and you're gonna want some protection from the units that are coming out, spilling out onto the map. Looks like, oh man, more base is gonna go down here for Barcode. He hasn't added on that many factories. Finally lifting off and sending those out. Those are going to be scouting barracks now. So the factories are being produced. A lot of upgrades on the way here for JaeDong. Of course, that armor 2 now on the way. We've also got Burrow. Wow, going for Burrow. I like it. Not a lot of players have the presence of mind to go Burrow in these kind of mid to late game scenarios. It can be really strong against something like a 1-1-1 when someone's going for Wraith in that and they don't have scans, but going for Burrow now, it can help because, you know, eraser tricks are really strong and popular. And if you're able to just burrow your drones, then suddenly they don't take any damage and you can hold on for a lot longer. There go mines going off there. Also, the ultra speed is done. Ultra chitinous plating is on the way here. We've got quite a bit of money. Of course, we've been mining from this gas for a while. I wonder if you could probably hit the gas if you go right here with the tank, right? Just move that tank right to there. I think you can hit this gas and maybe pick it off. That would be really strong. Looks like we got a drop being loaded up here. Is this a drop? Yes, it is. A drop heading towards the main base. This is a great way to deal with the mech player who's right on your doorstep. Mech army right here. All the tanks being sent across the map. Vultures being sent out. There's nothing back at home. The turrets were killed earlier. There's a couple turrets over in this location, but free real estate here for this big old drop. He's even got a defiler in there as well. This is going to be a deadly drop here into the main. Looks like the tanks are getting closer and closer, and he's not paying attention to these lurkers here for a few seconds as the drop is going down. He may end up losing that. Oh god. Killing off a lot here right on top of the factories. Everything popping out is under threat, but Barcode is pushing down into the fourth base. This fourth base could end up dying here. Oh no, JaeDong, lapse of attention for a moment. If he just kept his Dark Swarm up here, I don't think he ever would have been broken. Some mutas coming through. They can get a lot of damage onto these tanks. The Marines are not paying attention. Finally, Ultra's gonna pop out here. We'll see. Can he actually focus? Oh, he's focusing down the tanks. Unfortunate stuff there. Gonna end up losing all of these mutas, but meanwhile, this drop's still doing a ton of damage in this main base. Looks like finally the science vessels have come back and will start to irradiate everything to death. Tanks are also setting up down here, the ones that have popped out. Reinforcement tanks going to eventually clean this up. I think the defiler's gone, and so yeah, you're not gonna last forever in this scenario. Look at that. Fourth base traded for the main here. Base in the top right, two bases in the top right here for Barcode. So he has insane mining right now. His money is going to be shooting up like crazy. Just needs to get these gases going really quick here. He has all this money, but the production area was kind of taken over for quite a long time, and he lost a number of factories. I think there's 4 facts here that were lost, so he's only down to just 4 factories at the moment. Needs to replace those ASAP. Is going to set up a turret ring here, and the overlords are going to go ahead and head home. It's kind of funny seeing them just kind of sitting over top of the damage that they've caused for a really long time there until finally eventually getting cleaned up. Looks like a counterattack force heading up here towards the top right. JaeDong gonna try and stop him from mining in this location. This is a very strong Ultralist. Let's see the armor upgrades. Not fully upgraded at this moment. Neither are the Marines though, so that's fine. Tanks, what do they have on their upgrades? Just +1 at this moment. Should be able to clean up these Ultras without too much of a problem though. And yes, he does clean that up. Brings the tanks. He should put some tanks up here on the high ground as well. Another drop coming in from JaeDong. Gonna go ahead and throw some Ultras into the main here, along with a ton of Lings. These factories are going down so fast to the cracklings here. Looks like Lings coming into this mineral only as well. A Defiler's made its way up to the top right. Gonna throw down some Dark Swarms here and make it a little easier for the Ultras to punch through with the Lings. He didn't siege up on high ground. He actually moved to the high ground like I mentioned, but didn't siege up there. So not able to support his tanks on low ground, but it looks like he's going to be able to clear all of this up. Lings in the top center, killing a ton of SCVs. JaeDong everywhere right now. The main base is in shambles here, but one thing to mention, we still don't have a 4th gas. And how close are we to mining out here? This is depleted. This is about to be depleted. We still got a bit of money here, but he needs this 4th gas so badly. Barcode just needs to recover right now. He's actually floating a ton of his buildings across the map. Refugee Terran here, heading up towards the top right. He's already mined out most of this, so it's not the biggest deal to lose that, but the real shame here is losing all of these supply depots. Building all the supply depots again is going to be a serious pain in the ass, and I mean, it's gonna cost a lot of money as well. He's not strapped for cash by any means, still 53 SCVs, but it's gonna be a real pain. A lot more links coming up here. JaeDong just clearing this side of the map, getting rid of everything. He's also taking a base here in the center left. He's got this one mining. That gas is gonna come online and operational here shortly. There's no way he can break through this right now. He just needs to continue to drone up and just get more bases. I would say this one, maybe this one over here. Go ahead and grab that. He's grabbing mineral only for some reason. I guess that's fine, but really you need those gas right now. Really badly need those gas. You want to be on like 3 gases. Oh my god, he's not mining this one. JaeDong, you've got 80 gas, buddy. Mine that one. Okay, there we go. He's finally mining that. Looks like everything's been cleared up on this side of the map. He probably should send this command center. You want to use that a little bit later. Don't want to lose it to some hydras or a few mutas that could be flying across the map. JaeDong, I think now in pretty much full control of this game, but I don't know how he kills this guy right now. This is a pretty serious turret ring. That's a lot of tanks. The upgrades here are not the greatest, only +1. He lost his armories, so he needs to rebuild those. Still does have the floating science facility though, so that's not the biggest problem. He just needs to get a an armory here somewhere. Still really struggling to get the right number of supply depots out here. He needs to just fill this area of supplies, because otherwise he's going to run out very quickly. You can see we're only at 150 right here, and this is a lot of factories pumping away, so does need to get more supply depots going. He even has floating factories still. Looks like he's gonna make a few more science vessels as well, but JaeDong has just expanded to the entirety of the map, dude. He is everywhere now. Look, he's taking this base, he's taking this base. This is going, gas is mining with 1 drone. What am I looking at here? Oh my god, that is insane. Is this replay bugged? What is happening here? Why are there 3 drones behind the mineral patch? I don't know, guys. I really don't. Let's see if anything else weird is going on right here. Okay, he fixed it. Good. He still hasn't fixed this, but that's understandable. Sometimes your drones, if they're stuck in a place like that and you're, you know, flicking between your hotkeys, you might not look behind the mineral patches. It's just kind of a thing. But looks like Barcode, he wants to move out here. He wants to take another base, of course, get some more mineral income here. He also wants to take some fights with these tanks, you know, use some of their splash damage. You can always take a really good trade against the Zerg players. So if they want to engage you with a small group of units like that, that's pretty much value, just straight up value for these tanks. I still don't see an armory. Do we see? Where's the armory? Okay, double armory here in the middle. So he will be getting +2/+2, but I mean, the upgrades are so far ahead right now for JaeDong. It's kind of insane. He's actually getting, I think, +3 melee attack now. Let's see. No, okay, just a first melee attack. Actually, I thought he was going to have much better upgrades than that. He is 3/3, or 3 armor, excuse me. Trying to do some drops here, but getting cleaned up pretty hard. Oh, this mine just wants to blow up so badly. Oh. I don't know if that was the mine. I think it was. Some of these queens throwing down their broodlings, getting a few kills here. I mean, it's even more valuable if you throw a broodling on this tank and then the mine blows up and kills a bunch of tanks as well. That's just massive value. So what I was saying before with the Terran player getting a ton of value out of their tanks, that doesn't really count for too much anymore once there's a bunch of queens out on the field and the queens start to just throw down broodlings constantly. The value kind of switches onto the Zerg side in that case. Because if you're just gonna sit here and let broodlings hit you over and over and over again, the value from those queens is gonna be absolutely insane. That was an interesting move, sending 2 Ultralists in to their death. Not the best, but JaeDong growing on the map, really strong now. Not really any point of taking this base. Maybe this base, 1,000, almost 2,000 gas there, could be worth it. But taking this one, of course, much more valuable. That 5,000 gas could help out a lot. And what's the follow-up here? What's the final form for JaeDong? I guess he's going to be getting missile attacks and queen energy. So a lot of queens going to be popping out here. He's getting Flyer Carapace 3. All right, we're about to have 3 Carapace on these queens. These are the beefiest queens you've ever seen in your life. Look at them coming out here. Gonna throw down some broodlings. Might as well throw them on the actual Goliaths here, because they're gonna be a pain in the ass for the next wave of queens that's gonna come out and try to hit the broodlings. So if you just broodling all these Goliaths, and one thing about broodling the Goliaths as well is the tanks will shoot the broodlings and kill a lot of the Goliaths. Just through splash damage. So you broodling these, and then it kind of leaves the tanks open where you can hit them with their broodlings without being harassed. So I like that. Go ahead and just fire away. Any damage that you can get with these queens is massive. As long as the queens survive, it's just pure value from those units. Now coming out here to the middle, looks like the science vessel is going to come up and try to push, try to maybe kill some of these defilers, but good job bringing forward a bunch of hydras and scourge here just to ward that away, not allow that to take place. 74 drones now for JaeDong. The pressure is completely off of him at this moment, but this army is still growing. We're at 182 supply, and we're gonna have +2 eventually here, right? Yeah, it is coming. So eventually we are gonna have +2. He's got this base. He can try to take this base. He could push here and take this base. And I mean, do you really have to attack as Barcode? I don't think you have to. I think you just need to get this base and this one. And I think you can starve the Zerg out eventually. It'll take a long time, but I think you can do it. There is that possibility. Now, of course, there's always moves like loading up a massive drop and flying over here. There are 3 turrets here, but you could still make it. You might lose one overlord or something like that, but make it into the main base and, you know, clear out this once again. Looks like he's gonna go for the frontal assault option, though. A huge drop here. Wait, no, this is not drop. Is there anything in these? Oh, he's just sending them in. Okay, and then the queens are gonna come in. I don't know about this attack, man. This attack is kind of wacky. That's a wild one. That's a really wild one. I think that was pretty big mistake here from JaeDong. Look at that. He does clear up a pretty good amount of supply there, about 50 supply, but man, oh man, he used a ton of units flying in the overlords to suck up the damage from the Goliath. Was a pretty big brain maneuver, but now he's like gonna have to produce 10 more overlords here. That's 1,000 more money that's just gonna go to kind of to waste here, and he lost a lot of his queens as well. So those units, they don't have value anymore, and they're not going to be continuously getting value. You see, we've only got 2 queens left. Are you kidding me? Look at all the overlords popping. I feel like that was a little bit insane. Like, if you're gonna throw away that many overlords, why not just build 10 more overlords like before you do the attack? I feel like that's probably the play, because as you can see, he wasn't producing anything for like for really minutes and minutes have gone by where he just really couldn't build literally anything. And I feel like Terran, in that moment after killing all the overlords, if he'd realized, he could have absolutely come here and just killed this base or set this up, but he didn't move. He's just here chilling. He's just rebuilding this army, getting back up towards max. JaeDong now once again maxed out, but there was a minute there, actually a few minutes, when he was just building overlords and you know, trying to refill that supply. There's a ton of links coming out. Oh, well, what's going on? Oh no. Oh my god. Something is happening. SC has been really buggy lately, guys. I want to tell you that. There's been a ton of disconnects for myself on the ladder. I've heard other people saying that it's been bugging out a lot as well. I didn't think that there was a problem with the replays, but there appears to be a problem with the replays, boys. So now we're gonna go ahead and throw down some more of these broodlings. Just two, though. We haven't really rebuilt that many queens. Another big wave of overlords. Let's see if JaeDong makes the same mistake. I feel like you have to build more overlords. If you're gonna sack overlords, you gotta put overlords in production. Otherwise, you're gonna have this huge dead time, this downtime where you can't produce anything, and it's a pain in the ass. Wow, that's a lot of ultra ling moving around the map. Is he just gonna run in here again? I feel like if you run into this area, you're just handing the game over to your opponent here. In a lot of ways, I don't think this is gonna work. So I can zoom out even further. A huge battle going on. Ultra's coming up here. Dark Swarm does go down. Dark Swarm only helps out so much, though, when you've got these tanks in such high numbers. It's really difficult to get on top of anything, and look at that. He only made it to here. I mean, the tank range is only like this far, and he made it this far. So, not much progress there whatsoever from JaeDong. This is really hard to deal with, of course, but there's gotta be a better way now. Barcode moving up here towards the center right. He's gonna take down this base, it looks like, and possibly take that over. If he gets this base, man, Barcode is gonna be in a really good position. Despite JaeDong having so much of the map, I feel like getting this location is absolutely massive. It's gonna allow Barcode to just propel himself into the future, because he's basically mined out on his other bases at this moment. Does he still have gas? Yeah, he still has gas, but it's not long until those gas geysers run out. And man, I really feel like JaeDong could have just stayed back and waited for this move out. If he came in with that huge army while the tanks were not sit back in this really like defensive position, maybe as they were coming forward, he could have dove upon this. He would have traded much more efficiently. It looks like he's lost a lot of overlords. He's producing 15 overlords at the same time, man. He's switching fully into mutas. I know he's got pretty decent upgrades here on muta, so a massive tech switch coming out of JaeDong. He spent most of his gas here trying to make it happen. There are quite a few vessels and a lot of Goliaths. Okay, only 2 vessels and a lot of Goliaths. He's actually still producing Goliaths. I guess he scanned this. Knows for a fact that there is a tech switch incoming. Doesn't have a Valkyrie or anything on the way, but Valkyrie is going to do next to nothing against +3 armor Mutalisk. So I guess I understand that thing, but oh man, I really hope that JaeDong doesn't just throw his army in here. Oh, it's gonna be so disappointing if he does, because he's like millimeters away from forcing Barcode out of this game. He just needs to prevent another base from going down. He's gonna take this base up here. Gonna try to take, oh god, he's going for it. No, JaeDong sending in the muta here. That's so much army. Oh man, he's going after the science vessels, but the mutas are drying up. So many get picked off here by these Goliaths. They gotta be 3-3 by now, right? Yeah, no, 2-1. Oh my god, we're 35 minutes in and we're only at 2-1. JaeDong throws away like 90 supply worth of mutas, and that I don't know, man. I think that's gonna be a base here for Barcode now. Here on the 3 o'clock, he's pretty much got this. And with that extra income, you know, you can transfer all these SCVs over and mine that out really, really quickly. Probably transfer like, you know, 40 SCVs over to this location and just start strip mining this place. I'm gonna throw down a bunch of turrets as well. He's got 6,000 in the bank, so he's still got a pretty good nest egg there with which to work. With which to work. Now, JaeDong gonna start to mine up here. He still has a lot of money in some of these different locations. This is starting to mine out. This is starting to mine out. This is still nice and healthy. This is starting to mine out. He's gonna have a healthy base here though, and this, of course, a very healthy base up at the 12 o'clock, but that'll be the next target location. My god, that's a lot of tanks. Look at that. All those tanks on top of each other. That is wild. I feel like you can come in from this side and broodling those though, and the Goliaths can't really do too much about it. This is a prime opportunity to broodling a lot of these tanks. Does he still go for queens? No, not getting queens here. So interesting. Changing over to Hydralisk. Hydralisk, guys. We've got so many tanks. JaeDong, what are you doing? Why are we making Hydras? Hydras, and we're still upgrading. It's 37 minutes in. Why are we not done these upgrades? Defiler's coming out. Greater Spire. Okay, we're gonna switch it up, but Greater Spire, I mean, Guardians suck versus Goliaths. Goliaths absolutely smashed through Guardians. We finally got +3 attack, and +3 armor is about to finish. So this is the peak mech army here at this point. You got to get up here and mine this, JaeDong. Send a bunch of drones over to this location. I mean, Terran is never going to come over here and mine this. He's never going to come down here and mine this. But he may one day mine this. And you kind of want to get rid of those resources if you can. Send as many drones over there as possible. There we go. We got Guardians here. I don't know if JaeDong's just sort of playing around at this point, or maybe he's just like frustrated with how difficult it is to take on Mech. I can definitely relate, of course, but this is rough to watch, man. Is he actually gonna go and attack just full on head on once again? Looks like the science vessel's looking for some cheeky irradiates. Want to get rid of a few of those units, but the Guardians have now morphed. Putting a couple parasites down. Gonna go for a broodling or two as well. Might as well. Before these queens go down. He now sees exactly where these units are. These two science vessels, they are no longer hidden. Gonna go for a Defiler. Nope, not gonna allow it to happen. JaeDong once again maxed out. This is like the 4th time he's maxed out this game. And each time has been on a different supply. It's been Ultra Ling, full on Meta, and now Guardian Hydra. Wow, so many Overlords here in the middle. Is he gonna pick up and drop the Hydras? I don't think that's a good idea either. This is gonna be a really strange engagement here. A lot of SCVs being thrown away because he wants to max out at an even higher army supply. Vulture's gonna come down here, do some harassment. Good old 40-minute harassment here from the Vultures. Gonna get quite a few drones. It's fine though. 70 drones on the field for JaeDong. He is not hurting for minerals at this moment. He needs some gas, but could mine here. I think that's like the only gas, guys, that it's not depleted at this point. That's getting close. This is depleted. That's almost. This is depleted. This is depleted. Yeah, this is the only one that has a good number of gas left over. So we're gonna see a lot of Lings hitting the field here if we don't end up going pretty quickly. Looks like he will end up picking off one of these vessels. Only one vessel remains. Oh, there's still a couple more that have popped out. So I mean, vessel, the gas investment into a vessel is going to be a little bit rough at this point. We are slowly running out of this gas. And I think JaeDong's kind of realized maybe that Terran, you're never going to dive on top of that. I really wish you would have just waited, you know, put some lurkers up here, maybe put a defiler, and just, you know, get your army ready here. And when Terran comes to push this location, send in the army, clear it out, build another army, wait for him to push in again, clear it out once again. Just keep doing that over and over again until the 3 bases here in the top right quadrant are done. And then, you know, this one you can mine from yourself. You know, you keep this base. Even if you don't mine from it, it's fine. Just deny it from the Terran player and you would be in a much better situation at this moment now. I think Barcode has the strongest army he could possibly have. He's just continuously banking up right now. More queens out here, so yeah, he will be throwing down some broodlings soon. Drones headed to the top left. Gotta mine this out as quickly as possible. Maybe it would be good to throw down a base here. You know, I don't know. Maybe even throw down a base here. Just mine these depleted these guys just to depletion and just keep mining them, because once you have, you know, 6, 8 depleted geysers, that's almost like 2 base gas mining, right? I don't know. I don't remember the exact math on that, but I'm not going to try to do math on the fly here in a cast. That's just a recipe for disaster. Finally, a move out here from Barcode. He has been sitting and waiting for an incredible amount of time. He will start to push this top center, though. I'm going to try and get up here and clear out this base. This is the moment where I feel like JaeDong should attack. Not when things are, you know, completely stationary, when nothing's being done. It's really when the Barcode, when the Terran player starts to make a move, that's when you can really counter here and try to stop him from taking another base. And it'll all come down to this base, guys. If Terran gets this base, he will win. If Zerg holds this base, he has a chance. He has a chance to win. I'll say that. Oh my god, he's gonna make this attack right now. Holy crap, he's coming in. That is a lot of Guardians, guys, and a lot of Hydras as well. Most of them are actually sent up towards the north side, though. I don't know if that was intentional. He's gonna throw down some Dart Swarm here, and the Guardians are doing a pretty decent job, but the tanks are just clearing out these Hydras, and as the Goliaths move up here, all the Guardians are going to go down super fast. Look at the supply start to drop here, and he actually goes on the retreat. Guardians, not the best retreating units. Gonna run away here, and yeah, I feel like just throw the Guardians up on this high ground now. Oh god, you gotta back away though. No, not gonna happen. JaeDong gonna lose every single Guardian back at home. He's macroing like a madman. A lot of Hydras popping out here. He's trying to find the perfect composition, but it feels like everything outdone by these Tank Goliath. Tank Goliath is just so damn strong. It really has that insane range in both the air and the ground that really can't be matched by anything the Zerg can bring. Looks like he's gonna get one science vessel there. That's a nice pick off. Some Hydras are gonna come forward here, but this attack really doesn't matter. I think that it's gonna be an easy hold here for Barcode, and JaeDong, he's given up this base. This base is gone. You gotta get up there. I mean, what do? I guess you attack with the mutas and then bring forward the queens, kill all of the tanks, and then bring up Hydras. That's pretty much the only way. If you do that perfectly, you might be able to break that base. But if you mess it up and Terran gets his base, it's gonna be game over, man. God, the CC is floating over here. Is he gonna go for it? Here we go. Okay, mutas are sent in first. As I said, here comes the queens. Queens? No queens. Okay, the queens are not gonna be brought up here. That is unfortunate because the Hydras are getting wrecked on this ramp so badly. Absolutely getting shredded. And the mutas have now dried up. Oh god. Finally bringing the queens forward. Okay, the queens are now coming up. This is not the greatest execution, but it is a very big and long game here. Finally gonna kill all these tanks, and the Hydras can broach this ramp. Just focus the command center, kill the command. Why are you going for SCVs? Okay, going for the command center, kill the command center. It's gonna be close. I think he gets it though. Command center, finish it off. No, he's not gonna kill the command center, and now it can come back and land once again. Looks like a full round of Hydras has made its way forward, but without the queen support, as you saw earlier, it's really hard to break this position with just Hydra. The ramp is way too small. Still a lot of units on the defense here, but maybe you can get up in this kind of middle area and perhaps, oh god, he's gonna try and no. Okay, go south. Okay, a lot of these units are on a attack move, so plenty of Ling's gonna end up getting eaten up there. I think he can jump on top of these tanks. These tanks are not the best, like they're not well supported here, so maybe he can jump on top of this and kill these tanks. Maybe he can get inside the main, actually. There's a lot of units over here defending that area. He knows how important it is, but since he split his units up, he's allowed, or he's left a gap in the defense. And I think JaeDong may actually be able to take this one. It was a very close game, but oh, that mine, come on, explode. There we go. Finally, it does explode. It doesn't really kill anything, but that was a good move. Now, just more and more Lings just spawning out here and running across the map. Looks like JaeDong, he's gonna get up here on this base and prevent this from mining at least. There's still 800 gas in there, so it's still a valuable location. Of course, this is much more valuable. Oh my god, it almost burned down. This is like a 300, 200 HP, something like that. It finally does end up repairing it. And this space is cleared. I think JaeDong gonna do it, man. He doesn't have any money, though. Oh my god. Okay, he's got 8,000 minerals, so that's a lot of Lings. He can definitely produce a lot of Lings, and he can still produce queens. And queens, man, in these situations, these late game situations, they are better than gold. Every single queen here is so important. Every single queen is gonna get a kill on these tanks and run away here. It's so nice. This is everything right here. If you gotta keep these queens alive right now, you really should be pulling them back away from the Goliaths, because you just cannot be losing these. Money is so tight right now for JaeDong. He just has tons of minerals, but he's got no gas to speak of. All of these geysers are mined out. He's mining on these different ones here, still mining here, but that income is not measuring up to much, man. Looks like he's gonna come up with the Lings. I think he's finally gonna break it. This is so many Lings hitting the top base here. That's quite a bit of vultures to help out, but now the queens are coming up once again. 3 more broodlings should do the trick. Broodling 1, here we go. Another broodling 2, broodling 3. He's losing some of the queens, but getting rid of these tanks is of the utmost importance here. As he breaks this base, I think this is gonna be it. Barcode with no money remaining. He's still got some bank, but nothing here in any of these bases to mine from. Losing these queens is very painful, but I think JaeDong, he's done it. He's managed to break him. He's doing some epic long distance mining here with 6,000 in the bank. Why not make a hatchery? I guess it's not worth it. All the Lings and Hydras on top of this base here. He could even try to take this once again, but I don't think it's necessary. He just needs to come through and finish this guy off. He's still building tanks here. He's still, okay, he's not building anything now, but he was building tanks. Still got a little bit of money left over. A bunch of vultures gonna pop out here. Vultures are insanely good right now because there's so many Lings being produced. Not enough though. Looks like JaeDong diving on top of everything. Tanks are going down en masse. Here comes the queens. The broodlings are sent out, and in what was kind of a crazy long game here with multiple max outs, a base trade situation, with the Terran player floating going to result in a JaeDong victory here, right as the final units go down. Barcode, he knows he's dead, backing up here to the very last, fighting to the last man. GG, he taps out and JaeDong takes him down. All right, guys, here is your score screen. Quite the epic game there. You never know what you're gonna get on ladder. It's part of the fun, I guess. JaeDong doing a great job. Some of the questionable decisions, though, some rather questionable decisions with the Mutalisk attack there and some of the Ultralisk timing that he threw in. But I guess in the end, you know, he was with so much money. He had so much money, and it's so frustrating to a Terran, or for a Terran player who just, or to fight against a Terran player who just will not leave the game. Siege tanks with Goliaths are insanely powerful when played defensively, but I think those two attacks actually drew out the game by quite a lot. If he had waited for maybe another base to be taken, trying to take the center right and go for the attack at that time, it would have been a lot easier. But in the end, he still manages to take him down. It was a close game. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to subscribe. We got plenty more replay casts coming out shortly. I'll see you guys in the next one.